Hi everyone, today I want to share with you a couple of the biggest trading setups that we've seen this year. Review these trades. These trades are still in play. They still offer good entry points, I believe, in the days ahead. So I want to show you these and explain why they're such good trading setups, and also show you some other tips about trading these chart patterns. Okay, and the first one I want to show you is a very large inverted J pattern. We recently had a blog post explaining this pattern and some of the success stories this year on this pattern. We see this pattern coming up more and more this year. And when you have a market, especially when small caps are rising in a new uptrend, you often see these patterns come up a lot. And especially in the semiconductor space and also in gold stocks. And this one is a gold stock that we featured 3 weeks ago. It's Banya Gold, I think that's how you pronounce it. SBGL is a ticker symbol, and it's an African gold stock. But this stock is in a very, very well-formed inverted J pattern. And as you can see, this pattern looks like a J turned on its side and flipped over. So it's called an inverted J pattern. We have other videos on it on the site. When you first look at it, you might think it's a rounding top pattern, the way it's kind of rounding over. And initially it is. But what happens is that when you get to the right side of the base, there's not this strong follow-through to the downside. Instead, there's sort of regaining of its footing here on the right side of the base. We go up, we rally for a little while, and we pull back, and we make a higher low. And that's often a good entry point when it makes it higher low and starts to move higher. We prefer to enter these trades just above this high here on the right side of the base. On this one, we waited until a pullback after this gap higher, but what happened is it just kept on going higher, and it went through the second entry point on this pattern, which is a close or a move above the high here in the rounding portion of the pattern. That's the second entry point. And it did that pretty convincingly in stronger volume. And so we featured in our newsletter when it held those levels, and it looked like it was going higher from there. So we featured it here in our newsletter. This was 3 weeks ago. It's worked out really well so far. When you click on the chart on the site, the latest chart comes up to show you what the stock has done since it's been featured. So that's one good way of checking the performance of each stock that we feature in the past, and also during your free trial, and also a way of seeing where the stock is right now and if there's any technical entry or exit points that have been reached. So looking at the current chart, we can see that the stock has moved. It made a move up about 20% or so, 20 to 25%, and it's pulled back a little bit on Friday. The price of gold gapped lower on the strong jobs report. We'll have to see if gold continues to go down or if it gaps higher. My guess is that will continue to trend higher, and that it wasn't a significant event in and of itself to change the trend in gold. But we'll have to see. Right now the trade is up really big, and it's probably a good time to take some off if you're already in the trade. But there's also other good setups that are going to come up for the stock, most likely. And I'm going to turn to a different chart here, and I'm going to show you this for those who are looking for other good setups on this stock in a strong uptrend. One thing you'll notice in these gold stocks and strong uptrends is that they often pull back to either the 20 EMA or the 9 EMA. That 9 EMA often acts as strong support in an uptrend for these stocks when they're moving like this. Okay, not always, but when they have a strong uptrend like this, they often find that support around the 9 to 10 day moving average, or in this case 9 EMA, this pink line here. Okay, and so what you can do if you miss the initial breakout, this is a very large pattern with a very large potential upside move. The target could be near 30 for a lot of analysts, for a lot of technical analysts who play this pattern. They may put a target of $30 or more on this based on the initial move being so strong. Okay, so what you can do is after it clears the entry point and starts to trend higher, you can wait for pullbacks to the 9 EMA or a clearing of a consolidation. If the consolidation is really tight, has low volatility, if it's jumping back and forth like this, then it's not such a great time to enter. But once that volatility settles down and you get these tight consolidations and the price moves above that consolidation with plenty of space to the top of the Bollinger Band or the next horizontal resistance, that's a good entry point. You can also wait for that pullback to the 9 EMA or the 20 EMA. Now this one may pull back all the way to the 20 EMA first before it makes another move higher. So watch for that. But if we see a move down to near the 9 EMA on Monday morning, let's say, and you see a strong candlestick pattern on a daily chart, on an intraday chart I should say, on a 5-minute chart, that could be a very good entry point where the stock could easily move 5-10% or more within a couple days. So you can see that in the past here, this and other gold stocks have made those kind of moves off that 9 EMA. So that's one good thing to keep in mind, is that you want to put these moving averages on the chart and see how the stock is behaving. What often happens during a strong uptrend, or the start of a strong uptrend, is you'll see that these levels of support in terms of the moving averages progressively moves higher. By that I mean that initially you'll find support here at the Bollinger Bands, and then it'll find footing here at the 20-day or 50-day moving average, and then it'll start finding support at the 9 EMA. You'll see that sort of pattern where it finds support at a shorter term moving average as time goes by, as it moves into the strong uptrend. So you want to see how your stock is behaving and check to see if it does have that strong support at the 9 EMA or 20-day moving average, and look for either a gap higher after it hits that area, or a bullish candlestick pattern around there, and that can be another good entry point if you miss the first entry point in this very large pattern. So if you didn't get a chance to take the free trial or subscribe to our newsletter and you missed the initial entry point, that's another good way of trading this strong uptrend. Okay, so yeah, I just want to point that out. I'm going to take a look at another stock here too and review the performance of that. This is from 3 weeks ago. We have two top stocks per week in the weekly alert, and then we also have the daily alert, which has another stock set up on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So we generally have 5 trading setups per week and 2 in the weekly alert. Okay, so this weekly alert from 2 weeks ago also had a bull flag pattern on Cliffs Natural Resources. The basic material stocks and gold stocks are really moving right now, along with silver stocks too. Silver is a very hot market, probably hotter than gold right now. This was on Cliffs Natural, though. This is, I believe, an iron ore stock. This stock was in a bull flag pattern. You can see the bullish coupled handle pattern here earlier in the trend, and the nice breakout out of that. Okay, and then it popped into this bull flag pattern. All right, so the entry on that is a move above the top of the flagpole, which was around 758, and you can see right after we featured it, a few days later, it moved above there, hit the entry point, and then quickly moved 12%, I believe, in a couple days, 12-15%. All right, since then, it's kind of consolidated. It's very interesting that it came back to the top of the prior consolidation, and it's found support there, and it's just quietly consolidating, okay, near there, or just above there. And right now, it's finding support at the 10-day moving average, and it may kick off that on Monday and into new highs and run from there. So you want to watch for that on Monday. This could be a nice move early next week, the way it's setting up. So, okay. So yeah, the basic material stocks, gold stocks are doing really well, and some of these larger patterns, the most bullish patterns in these spaces, offer some really great opportunities. And let's hope this uptrend in these areas continue, and we have more good setups. But if not, we'll find the other areas in the market that are hot at the time, and we'll deliver those great trading setups to you in the weekly alert and daily alert. So, all right, well, I just wanted to show you those patterns, let you know what's working right now, and give you some insight on how to trade these, and some setups that'll come up in the days and weeks ahead. So if you haven't yet, go to our site, sign up for the free trial for 3 weeks. There's no credit card required as I record this. And there's also a book on our swing trading style on the site. You can get that. And also we have a blog that we update regularly. And also you can find out the great information on the site. And definitely subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Stock Twits. And also like the video if you want to see more of these. And I will talk to you again in the near future.